Hi, it's Anna, also known as Phooligan. And I'm sitting outside, staring at the sun. Today is the Aquarius new moon, the eclipse, and the beginning of the Chinese Lunar New Year. And I don't really feel like being on camera. I really don't. I don't really feel like doing this. But my heart says there are words to be shared. So I was just standing out in this field, and I was channeling and walking around. From an external perspective, it probably looked kind of funny. But internally, it felt fucking awesome. Merlin has a message. And the message is that we need to lighten up. We need to have fun. We need to let go. And coming back to the words, lighten up. Today is a very potent choice point for us. And it's important for us to choose to lighten up and to play and to have fun. Because the fire horse cannot be dragged down. Can't carry all the dense shit. You know, you can't have all your baggage on the horse and expect the horse to run with fluid motion. It's gonna weigh the horse down, it's gonna break its legs. So let's not break our horse's legs. No, let's not. It's so important that you choose to let go today. Something that was coming through as I was channeling earlier is that today is an extremely potent choice point for you to no longer live from the mind, from the egoic forcing way of being, and to instead drop into the intuitive nature of your heart and live from that place. Because it's from within the heart that we are able to magnetize and manifest things immediately or very quickly. And it's when we're living in the mind and we get caught up in what we think we should have, what we think we should be doing, what we think should be our reality. That's when the dissonance is created, and that's when we begin to doubt ourselves. That's the moment that we break trust with ourselves, the moment that the mind overrides the heart and tries to force a reality from an egoic narrative. Today is an important day to stop that, to knock it off. With so much love, knock it off. Because we are stepping into the year of the fire horse, and it's fast, and it is asking us to step into flow. And to do that, we have to live from the heart. Because when we're living in the heart and we are intuitively magnetizing in the reality that our soul is begging for, not even begging, that the soul knows it needs, then it comes to us with ease. Because it's meant for us. You know, we're a frequency match. And although here in this physical reality we live in a densified form, so it can be a little bit slower to magnetize things, but that's honestly the old way of being. Now, in where we are today, right now, that's changed. We are able to magnetize in exactly what we need on a heart-soul level simultaneously. And if you feel dissonance in what I just said, I call you to reflect on what it is that you are desiring, that you want to manifest in, and be really honest with yourself. Is that a desire from the mind, from the ego, from what you think you need, what you think you should do? expectations? Or is it a true heart-based soul desire? Because that creates such dissonance. Again, it's allowing the mind to serve the heart. The heart doesn't serve the mind. The mind is in service to the soul. So if you do anything for yourself today, may you drop into your heart. Close your eyes, deepen your breath, put your feet on the earth. Smile at the sun, hug a tree. Your ABCs. It was 555 as I said that. Because I know it sounds simple and silly and all that. And in a way it is. But it's also your building blocks. It's your foundation. It's important to ground right now. Because unless you have strong lower chakras, root, sacral, solar plexus, unless your lower chakras are very stable and grounded, you got to have stable foundation in order to go higher. Okay, so if you are ungrounded, you literally cannot access your heart. You can't. And you can't access your higher chakras. So if you want the dream life that your soul is asking you to create, you need to ground yourself, my love. That's step number 1. Ground yourself. Step number 2. Open your heart. Step number 3. Forget the fucking steps and have some fun! Because the universe wants us to have fun. But first you gotta learn the rules and live within structure so that you can break the structure and break the rules. So again, foundational. Focus on grounding, focus on coming back to center so that you can then manifest the reality that you are a frequency match for naturally, simultaneously. Something else that was coming up earlier as I was channeling was the sentence, "You are the horse and its rider." And the horse is basically your nervous system. So if your nervous system is upset and irritated and dysregulated, the horse is going everywhere, right? It's just over here, over here, over here. Now it's up, now it's down, now it's kicking you off. So if you would prefer a smooth ride, you gotta regulate your nervous system, which again comes back to grounding. You gotta ground! It's just, I hope you can feel how important that is. Grounding is gonna be your best friend, especially as we enter the year of the fire horse today. Your nervous system, your state of being is the most important thing. If you listen to Pam Gregory, you've heard that before. Your state of being is your absolute top priority. Coming back to your center, regulating your nervous system. Getting off your phone. Getting off YouTube. Listening to yourself. Again, I am just a mirrored reflection of what you already know to be true. And I'm just reminding you this because you manifested me. You called me in. You're the reason why I'm giving this message. And why my heart was like, yo, you gotta talk to the people, even though I know you don't want to be on camera. Even though I know you don't want to do that right now on a logical way of being. You get what I'm saying? My heart said, you know what? No, this needs to happen because my heart is connected to your heart and your heart said, please. And I said, can do. I'm here for you. I love you. So much. And we are going to get through this time together. It's going to be kind of an interesting shift here at first. It might be a little bit challenging. It might, like, you're still learning your bearings, you know? You're still learning how to ride the horse. The horse is still getting used to you. You're still getting used to it. So you might fall down a couple times. You might get kicked off the horse a couple times. But it's about building the relationship with you and the horse, aka you, and yourself, aka you, and your regulated nervous system, aka your mind and your heart. And the sun's coming out more. Because clarity is here, if you choose to see it. So allow yourself to slow down, ironically. Move slowly to meet the moment. Be where your feet are. Cultivate play. Cultivate fun. Ooh, another thing that came up for me, 11:11 on the clock there, is this idea that we need to be in a flow state, and how we embody the flow state is, again, by listening to the heart's intuition and not trying to force a reality here in the mind. Instead, dropping into the heart, recognizing what the soul actually needs, magnetizing that reality in. Because we are not our physical reality. Our physical reality is a manifestation of our internal state. So if we don't like our internal state, if we don't like ourselves, our external reality is gonna suck, because we don't like ourselves, so we don't like our reality. So another foundational thing right now is self-love. Loving yourself, accepting yourself wholly, deeply, and completely. I love myself wholly, deeply, and completely. Put your hand on your chest and say it with me. I love myself wholly, deeply, and completely. I love you. I love me. Everything is as it should be. And when we live in that state of flow in our heart, we magnetize the reality that is our dream life. And again, the dreams of our heart, not the dreams that have been implanted in our mind that we think we should have, such as looking a certain way, living in a certain place, all the external reality stuff that we're forced, or like, that we consume from our social conditioning. Letting go of all that and coming back into center, into your authentic truth, which may be quite dissonant from what the mind thought you needed. And can you have the courage to trust in your heart, even when the dissonance between your heart and your mind is so loud that it hurts? Will you have the courage to step forward from the heart rather than forcing through from the mind? Because every time you try to fight your heart's desire with a thought of, I should be doing this, it's like placing a rock in the river of your life force energy. You know, when there's no deterrence, when there's no stagnancy, when there's no dense, like, thought forms blocking your flow of energy, then it just flows. It's like the flowing river. And it feels good, and everything's going, and it's, yeah. But then as soon as you're like, wait, no, it should be like this instead, blunk, you plop a rock into the flow. And then you're like, wait, no, actually it should be like this. And then there's another rock. And then you're like, wait, this isn't right. And then there's a whole bunch of fucking rocks. And then all of a sudden you created a goddamn dam, in your river of life. And it's all backed up, energetically constipated. It's fucked. In a beautiful way. It's fucked in a beautiful way. That felt really real. And it's time to remove the blocks, the stones, the rocks that you placed within your energy. And to not be upset that it happened, just to accept that it happened. Because the rocks are beautiful too, you know, rocks are full of wisdom and all that. But coming back to more of the simplified version of the metaphor, just leaving the densified stuff out, taking the density out, because you gotta lighten up. Full circle moment there. You gotta lighten up. We gotta remove the rocks from our river of energy flow so that we can lighten up and be ready to ride the horse. Ride the horse. Woo! Okay. So in conclusion, ground yourself, love yourself, remember that you are the horse and its rider, and that the horse is a direct reflection of your nervous system. So that's why it is so fucking important that you are grounded. Otherwise the horse is going to carry you everywhere, and it's going to be confusing and a mess. And that's okay though, because that's probably how it's going to be for me too at first, is like, because I've never ridden a horse. I got to learn how to ride the horse. I got to learn how to be a horse. I've never been a horse, not that I know of. So yeah, it's a learning curve that we're all going to go through together. I love you so much. That's the end of the message. Okay, goodbye. I love you. I love you. I'll see you next time. Bye 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 bye.